Yeah, so Tahiti is officially roadworthy. Actually on my way to work now. I just checked the transmission fluid one more time. I had to add a little bit more just to top it off, but I do have just regular, you know, Dextron 3 in there right now with the new filter, and I'm just gonna run that for a few days. Then come back, I'll change the cooler lines and then put the good fluid in. But I gotta say, just driving this thing so far, I'm about to get on the highway. I mean, it's incredible how quiet and smooth this thing is for having 210,000 miles on it. I mean, the transmission feels fine. So far, I got it up to third gear. It seems to be shifting without a problem. It's not really like holding the shifts or jerking or doing anything weird. So I'm hoping it's gonna be all right. But other than that, I mean, there's no clunking, there's no rattling, there's like nothing. It's completely quiet. This thing sounds like it has 10,000 miles on it. Merging onto the highway here. No hesitation, no check engine light yet. At least I hope there's not gonna be a check engine light. The thing drives absolutely fine. The alignment, it's tracking perfectly straight, even for the cheap AT tires that it has on it. You can just hear how quiet it is in here. There's really not much road noise or like wind noise or anything at all. 70, 80. Perfectly smooth. No hesitation, no misfires, no nothing. Transmission shifts buttery smooth. Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to throw this little video in there because that whole intro that you just saw was supposed to be for the transmission line replacement video. We're not going to be doing that in this one just because I still haven't gotten around to doing it. I shot the whole intro and I was planning on doing it that weekend, but after, you know, putting it on jack stands and everything, I really didn't feel like doing it just because doing it on the ground and the lines are so long and everything. I'm going to do it. It needs to be done. But I kind of been working on cleaning the truck up just because it's such a mess. Plus the leak really isn't that bad. It's only leaking like a little dime-sized spot if you leave it idling in the same spot for about 10 minutes. So I kind of put that in the back burner. In this video, we're going to actually be cleaning the engine bay and getting that all cleaned up, getting it looking good. And then the upcoming videos after that, I actually, I already did the full detailing. So we're going to be detailing the whole truck on the outside. Then we're going to move on to, I believe, the wheels, the interior. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up. I already have filmed. I just have to get around to editing it. Probably later on in the series, maybe like 4 or 5 videos eventually, we're going to be doing those transmission cooler lines. But for now, let's get to cleaning that engine bay. We're going to go take a little trip in the past to before Christmas. My beard is going to be a lot longer. It's going to be a little cold out, but let's go get that engine bay cleaned up. Hey everybody, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. So today I have another Tahoe video for you and we are going to be cleaning the engine bay. Now as you can see, the bay in this truck is pretty grimy. I mean, no dirtier than an engine bay in any other truck. So today I'm going to be coming in here with some degreaser, the power washer. We're going to get all this grime cleaned up and then we're going to go in and pop the new air filter in. I'm actually shooting this video before I did the outside or the inside. I didn't even get to finish the transmission cooler lines now, so I'm not exactly sure where this video is going to fit in, but I'm going to throw it in there somewhere. So if some stuff looks off, that's because this video was shot before all that other stuff was done. But anyway, the stuff I'm going to be using today is pretty simple. I have a little electric power washer over here. I got this thing off Amazon for like 90 bucks. And then I got a little kind of detail brush that I'm going to use to scrub some spots. And I'm just using some SuperClean Degreaser that I diluted 50-50 with water. You don't need a power washer to do this job. I definitely would recommend it though, just because not only you're going to have a lot of pressure to blow all that dirt off, but it uses a lot less water than if you're using a straight hose. Now, if you're using just like a regular hose on Jetstream or something, you're just going to be soaking everything down in the engine bay with just pure water. In order to get like dirt and debris loose with a regular hose, you got to use a lot of water to break that stuff loose. As opposed with the pressure washer, it's mostly just pressure that is blowing that stuff off. You're using a lot less water than if you're using a regular hose. So in that aspect, it is definitely a good tool to have when cleaning your engine bay. You don't have to worry about soaking down a bunch of electrical parts. And overall, it's just gonna do a better job at removing all the dirt. A few areas I'm really gonna focus on is over here by the brake booster. You can see the master cylinder has quite a bit of grime as well as the hydro boost. All in here by the coils, they got some little oil residue and just a bunch of dirt all over the place, as well as the airbox over here and these little crevices in the overflow tank. So stuff like that I'm going to try to scrub down, but everything else I'm just going to let the degreaser do its job and then just power wash everything clean. But I do have a plastic bag here. I'm going to throw this over the alternator just to keep any excess water from getting in there. Then we'll spray everything down with the degreaser, let it soak a bit, give it a little scrub, then we'll rinse it down and see how it comes out. right, so I have about 10 minutes into this job after I started filming, and as you can see, this bay is looking pretty damn clean. I mean, the only scrubbing I did was what you just saw on camera. I just gave these grooves over here a little of a scrub, as well as the marks up here and over by the brake booster, and that was it. I mean, the degreaser did all the rest of the work, and you can see over here by the firewall, I mean, just look how clean everything came out. I'm gonna go hit this one more time with the SuperClean, maybe give it another scrub in a couple of little other areas like underneath the brake booster and stuff like that, and then we'll give it one more rinse. Then I think I'm just gonna pull out the leaf blower, kind of blow any excess water down, and then we'll pop this box open and we'll put on a new air filter. All right, so I just finished the second rinse, and look at how nice this is looking. I mean, look at the valve cover. You can actually see the aluminum now, and all that caked on gunk and crap is gone. I mean, just for maybe like a half hour's worth of work, this came out really, really nice. I also went and removed my bag from the alternator. Now, I just want to hit on this for a second. If your alternator is like really far down or hard to access, don't even worry about covering it up. I went and covered mine just because it's right here, just to keep any like excess soap and crap getting in there until I actually got to the alternator itself to clean. I did pull the bag off, and I did hit this with the power washer quick just to get any dust and debris off, so don't worry about getting it wet. On most cars, I know with 4th gen Camaros, with the LS1, that thing is mounted all the way down below, so it's going to be hitting, it's going to be getting a lot of road grime and water and crap like that. These are meant to be out in the environment. It's not like it's inside your dashboard, so don't worry about getting some water on it. All right, so everything's pretty much dried off here, and look at how great this came out. Now from here, you could come in with any kind of dressing you like, some kind of rubber dressing or something, and just kind of give this a little sheen. I just like to leave it the way it is, because if you use some kind of like tire shine or rubber dressing on this Armor All, yeah, it's gonna look nice and like shiny, whatever, but a lot of the with all that road grime and like dirt and dust is just gonna stick to it, and it's gonna get dirty a lot faster. So I just like to leave it the way it is. For any of you guys who don't have a pressure washer, which chances are if you're just starting out, you're not going to, totally use a garden hose. I would just recommend, if you're done, try to use compressed air or something to get as much as the water off the top of the engine and in the connector areas as you can. If you don't have compressed air or a leaf blower, then I would at least leave the truck for a couple of hours just to kind of dry out before you actually go and start it up. But if you are interested in picking up this pressure washer right here that I got off Amazon, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you guys, as well as the SuperClean and the air filter that I'm going to be using. So as you can see, the air filter's in pretty good shape. It looks like brand new, but we're gonna go install our K&N. So as you can see, right away, this filter is a lot thinner than the factory one. That's probably what helps provide the extra flow. And these air filters are great. Now this thing was expensive. This thing was like 50 bucks, but for a drop-in air filter, you do get some gains out of it. I think K&N claims about 9 horsepower with the drop-in unit on these trucks. I'm gonna link a video that I watched recently by Engineer and Explained. He actually tested regular paper air filters, aftermarket paper air filters, you know, like OEM versus aftermarket, and as well as a K&N air filter, and that was on a 4-cylinder car. And I believe he picked up about 5 horsepower just by dropping the K&N in, which, I mean, for just an air filter, you don't even have to replace the tube or anything. It's pretty good. But not only that, it's also pretty much a lifetime filter. So you could pull this out and clean it. So as usual, I'm going to link everything I used today in the description. My little Greenworks pressure washer over there, as well as the purple super cleaner and the K&N air filter for this truck. So anybody who's looking for more Camaro videos, they will be coming. It's really just about the weather. Once it warms up, or at least we kind of get past February, there's probably going to be a lot more. If I do get a nice day in between, I am going to take it out, and I promise I'm going to get some footage for you guys. The car's running great now since I did the snout bearings and the rear axle repair. So there's no problems with it. I could totally take it out. But for the most part, you guys seem to really like these videos, so I'm going to keep them coming. I still have some stuff I want to do to it. So I'll be sure to keep you guys entertained as I continue to work on this thing. If you don't follow me on Instagram, a link is going to be in the description as always. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.